That's the waffle, and that's the numbers on the waffle. So the calories and stuff, that's a little, you see there's question mark there because I got actual whole eggs. So this is the from the library of things, and you can see that one cherry doesn't look great, but anyway.
This one look pretty good though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a different place to put this camera or something, because I can't get you, really.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You do most.
So this is my lovely outfit for today. Kind of
figure skating. Right? Is that what we were
figure skating outfit?
We were figuring it was a figure skating thing.
And
see what you guys.
So it goes, the sequins go down here. It's or sorry, not sequins. What are they called? Rhinestone.
Rhinestones, there we go.
They go all the way around, and they go all the way down here. So it's very fun. And I got it for only, I think it was $3, because
it wasn't even a
nobody else had wanted it. Maybe because it's well,
it's quite small.
Well, no, and it's summer. I wouldn't be doing figure. Well, I don't know.
There we go. And that would be it.
Yeah.
It's just not in season.
So, you can see.
That's what you do. You buy stuff out of season.
You see James's waffles there. The one waffle is made the recipe that I have put there for you, except I did put more cream cheese in, and I would recommend that you do, because the recipe that I made that I planned out there, I used only half of one of these containers of cream cheese. So, but this makes 4 waffles, the recipe. It fills up the blender. And really, 1 serving size of cream cheese would go into each of these waffles if you used a whole container. And those are the nutritional facts for that. And you can see that there's a lot of saturated fat in there, and there's a significant amount of trans fat, really, 0.4 grams, but I mean, you know, it doesn't take a lot of trans fat to be significant. I mean, I would ideally want none, right? And really, I try for trying to have healthier fats and stuff, but lately, I mean, I'm holding my weight now at 104 pounds. That's what I am. That's what I'm holding. And the reason that I'm holding it at that weight is because I plunked in some dairy. And that'll do it. And because doing the vegan keto thing, I was losing and losing and losing. And also I was finding that if I ate more fat on a day, then I like to try to not lose so much weight, to eat a little more fat. And I was eating the healthy fats. I was trying to eat as much like flaxseed and hemp and whatever, right? But I was finding that when I ate a little more to try to hold the weight and put more weight on, actually, then I was feeling not well. I was feeling sick because my body doesn't handle fat well. It doesn't handle cholesterol. And so my recipe is egg whites, and you can see the difference in the color between the 2 waffles. I put the yolks in the one, and it is a prettier color, I have to admit, but they're both beautiful. So yeah, that's the difference. I just wanted you to see, and there's probably a taste difference too, but I don't know. I don't care, because I'm not going to put the yolks in for me. James can eat the yolks because he likes to, but yeah, it's just, I can't handle that. So anyway, take that out of there. And the instructions for this, really this plastic is quite flimsy and stuff like that. And it says, don't move it while it's, you know, allow it to cool down and this and that and whatever. And it's like, wow, yeah, because it's very flimsy. But I'm very grateful for it because it's from the Library of Things, so I got to borrow it for free from the library, and I'm getting good use out of it. I'm using it for the cherries, and I'm gonna have to do this over a different container. See, because I'm losing juice just trying to do this. But the instructions for this thing say 4 cherries, like it's really quite great because it still has the booklet and stuff. I don't know if it will after a while if you borrow it from the library, because somebody might lose it or wreck it, or I don't know, right?
It would probably have red stain.
Not from me, because
No,
I
not
haven't.
from you.
It's in the box still. I read it before I got started, and I found it interesting because they tell you how to do even chicken. You can make chicken jerky in this thing, but
Wow, that kind of ameliorated my appetite for a second.
yeah, I know it's. I'm gonna put this back on so the flies
Chicken
don't get
jerky,
at my
yeah.
cherries. But you could put beets in there, all sorts of things, and they have a estimated drying time and this and that for all of those things, right? And the cherries, I will say, take longer. These cherries, or at least from my tree, whatever, they take longer to dry than the suggested time for drying the cherries. And they did recommend not pitting them first, because then it won't lose so much juice. But what I did before is I just pitted them over this. See this container I brought the thing out of? So I just pitted the cherries in the colander like I do, and then put put them over the container, and then I collected the juice. And honestly, that I think worked better than this. But I'm trying it, both ways and see, well, maybe. But it takes a really long time drying the cherries. It takes like a day. And I've basically turned my bathroom into, which I don't use that bathroom for, I use the one downstairs. So it's not a bathroom anymore. It's just a collection place. So but that one, it has a window and stuff and a door, and so I thought, well, this will be great, because then, so I made enough room to put that thing up, and then ran an extension cord, and so then I have the window open in the bathroom and the door closed, so it's not heating up the house, because this turns the bathroom into a sauna. So hot. This thing throws off so much heat. And so I'm like, okay, well, it's like plus 30s days and I'm having to deal with this cherry tree, I get the cherries processed. Maybe it is better that I'm doing what I was doing before, just using them for smoothies, right? Pitting them while I was talking, ducked in or whatever, and then freezing them for smoothies, because honestly, this is so hot. And I don't want to be heating my house, but still, James thinks, well, with the window open and the door closed, you're probably not.
Not much.
Yeah, so we'll see if this works out. Anyway, so I don't know how much calories egg whites have, but they always say egg whites are like diet food, so I doubt it's very much. So my numbers wouldn't change that much. Like I know how much protein, right, because it says on the package for a whole egg, and I know that the protein is in the whites, so I could figure out so anyway, one of those Belgian waffles, the full size, the one that I made there, the number's going to be a little bit different, because like I said, I put a whole package of the cream cheese in today and less water. But and I was finding that when I was making the waffles, like I'll make them for myself with less cream cheese, but James has a hard time swallowing, and with the Lupin flour having so much fiber, it's like basically all either fiber or protein. It's amazing. So with it having so much fiber, no fat almost, and very low net carbs, it's hard to swallow unless you put something with, right? And so this is, you can put that on it if you want. That's that green stuff that I mixed up with. And so we've been using the mixed berry greens mixed with some water or blueberry juice, but now it's fresh blueberries because we went to Superstore for my birthday and got fresh blueberries for $4.44 for 2 pounds. Wow. Which you can really appreciate if you, like us, have picked blueberries.
We actually have.
Yes, because the blueberries grow in really swampy sort of areas,
And
very mosquito-y, and then plus it takes a long time picking them, enough to.
well, you have to,
Get some food.
as I recall,
And
bend down.
yeah, exactly. They're
Nice.
lower. They're not. It's not fun. And it's
fun.
not like you can sit there and pick them because it's wet, right? They're in
Well, you
boggy
could,
sort of
but,
areas.
I
Well,
don't think.
yeah, you get a wet palm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Anyway, I had fun doing it.
yeah.
To make a business out of it, it would be tough on the body, but
So, well, they get farm laborers to do stuff like that. So anyway, the one of those Belgian waffles, the whole one, with my recipe, even if you did this, it wouldn't be much different if you use the whole package of cream cheese. For protein-wise, the fat's gonna change, right? But even like per one waffle, but the protein, it'd still be about 40 grams of protein per waffle. I mean, it's gonna bump it up a little bit, but cream cheese doesn't have a lot of protein in it, so, and it does make it easier to swallow. But I'm gonna use less, and then I'm gonna try to find a way to make these vegan, because I don't want to be doing it any other way. But anyway, so we're gonna talk a little bit more about Monty Python's, because I was watching Mork and Mindy season 1, disc 1 last night while I was making kraut. So I was making red ruby kraut, lots and lots, because I got a whole bunch. I spent about $60 on, most of it was on green cabbage, because it was 99 cents a pound, and I thought, okay, well, I may as well make some kraut, and then I'll have, and whatever. But, so I made red ruby kraut, and so that has the beets and the purple cabbage in too. And now I have some more green cabbage in the fridge still, but that's fine, it can stay there. And I made a lot last night and this morning, red ruby kraut. So I'm watching Mork and Mindy. And I don't recommend making red ruby kraut, massaging. Well, like I had it over a big container and stuff, but like the bowl, and so if there was like splashage, then, but there was still splashage, and my bed now has like red ruby kraut juice in it. So it's purple and pink splooshes. Anyway.
just say it's tie-dyeing.
My whole house, after making red ruby kraut, it's just a mess. Wherever I decide to, because that's what I usually do, is if I'm watching TV, making kraut, that's usually a fall thing that I do. But I'm out of red ruby kraut now, and I thought, well, I should make some more. And anyway, cabbage was on sale. So, watching Mork and Mindy, and still thinking about Monty Python, still thinking about the Lupin episode, right? Denis more, dum da dum dum dum, or whatever. And so, anyway,
That's one of the
thinking
great
of my
lines
dad.
in the history of songwriting.
Yes.
Dum da dum dum dum.
Yeah. And then I was thinking about my dad, because I remember when I was little, my dad used to watch a lot of Monty Python. He liked Monty Python. And I was watching Mork and Mindy one day. It was on TV. We only had 2 channels on the farm, right? So, well, we had 3. But it was in French. And I rarely watched the French channel. Unless little bear called Jeremy, I can't remember. Anyway, if that was on,
Sounds kind of cute.
yeah, then I'd watch that. So in the French, and sometimes Smurfs. When that came on, when that was in French, I watched that too. But mostly the English channel. So Mork and Mindy was on, and my dad, he was like, "You don't like this, do you?" And I was like, "Well, it's kind of funny." And he's like, "It's bad TV." And I'm watching this now, and I'm like, yeah, it's not really that good when you're just, you've just finished watching this, and then you watch this, and it's like, yeah, it's not that good. But anyway,
Robin Williams is way more talented than the.
He was very talented. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Is like he was great, as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, his humor is just, it's a different kind of humor. Whatever. If you might not like it, if you like Monty Python's, this is more aimed at, like, what, teenage boys? I bet most of the audience of Monty Python's Flying Circus was like 15-year-old boys.
Or older. My brother. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
When he was going to university.
Yeah. But anyway, so yesterday we were talking to, I mentioned we saw somebody from our past who, he's like the quintessential aggressive propagandist type that we've been talking about. That's what we call aggressive propaganda.
Yeah, he is. I can put up with him.
Yeah. And
in small doses.
So, but a lot of people don't realize that people like that are aggressive. But I mean, you watch Monty Python and you go, okay, there's some aggression there, right? Especially you're watching Michael Palin. You're like, wow,
yeah,
very aggressive. You can tell.
Cleese too.
But anyway, so James and this guy, they were talking about politics or whatever, and then the guy said, oh, they were talking about the United States and stuff like that for a while. Anyway, so he said, well, the people that bother me are the people that do nothing. They just let things happen, they do nothing. And I thought, I guess that's what they think, but the thing is like passive person. So I was thinking, well, he wouldn't like me. I'm a pacifist, right? I'm a passive personality type, and
he actually
guess
loves them because they're an audience.
I suppose,
but no, he doesn't
me.
love them. He
I'm
looks down
too much. I'm on that analytical, amiable line, and I'm way out. He doesn't. I don't think he cares for me really. But anyway, I'm okay with that. So
I've never heard him talking behind your back.
Oh, well, that's nice to know. Okay. Well, anyway, so I was thinking, well, I guess that maybe that's how aggressive propagandists view pacifists, is they think, oh, well, they do nothing. They just let things happen. They do nothing. But the thing is the aggressive propagandists are causing the problem, and you want the passive people to have to then fight to fix what the aggressive propagandists have done wrong. It's like watching Denis Moore with the Lupins, and he's stealing from the poor to give to the rich, and he's like, oh, this redistribution of wealth is tricky or whatever, he realizes, and it's tricky. So anyway, passive people, they don't do nothing. It may look like that to an aggressive person who's just messed things up so completely by not listening to people who actually know something about politics
or whatever. Yeah, he kept on interrupting me when I was talking about politics. I gave him a chance to tap, but he kept interrupting.
So there's people like this. They're doing a lot. They're speaking and trying to get people to recognize that, oh, there's a problem here and there's going to be serious consequences. And then, so the aggressive propagandists, oh, they keep la da 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 and thinking, oh, well, whatever, everything's great, everything. No, it's not. They're trying to tell you it's not great. There's problems, and it's snowballing, and it's going to, there's a disaster coming. You have to listen. And then all of a sudden the disaster's there, and they think, oh, well, the rest of you're not doing anything. And it's like, no, we were desperately trying to do something before this became a problem that became a disaster. It could have been handled easily, but now it can't. Now there's gonna be pain and suffering, right? So anyway, I was thinking about that. I don't know what else to really talk about with. I mean, I guess I could talk about Mork and Mindy a little bit. We have 10 minutes left, and I don't really want to.
Why not? No.
Okay.
We might never talk about them again. So.
Well, I have a whole bunch of these discs, so I guess I'm gonna.
Mork and Mindy?
Yeah, I will probably end up watching them, but Arthur Fonzarelli was in one of these episodes, and
oh yeah.
I don't know.
The funny thing is, I never found him cool. You know, he was supposed to the Fonz.
Well, he's too short, for one thing. You can tell he's short.
That never occurred to me.
Oh, okay.
It's just that greaser kind of thing. I don't mean Italian or stuff like that, although I think he was a Jew playing Italian, but I'm talking about when Calgary used to call motorcycle type guys that. So that motorcycle kind of thing just leaves me cold. So.
So, yeah. Mork and Mindy. It's very TV, and I don't. It's not great TV, but I do like watching Robin Williams because I like Robin Williams. And I mean, he's dead now, right? I miss him.
I think he committed suicide, dude.
I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're manic, depressive, or bipolar.
But anyway, yeah, I think he's gone. So, it's nice to watch him. Really, when his career was just beginning to take off. So
he looks so young. It's surprising.
Yeah. So people watched this and watched him and went, he's too good for this. And so when you watch this. Yeah, he's too good for it, and that's everyone's.
Poor Pam Dauber,
that's what you will think.
Dragging.
Yeah, well, she's
the showdown.
Cute,
she's cute, but what the hey? People got to talk.
I know.
When they're on screen or something.
Yeah. So, I have nothing else to talk about. If you don't, then I'm just going to turn the camera off.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.